There's a difference between healing the mind, healing our psychology, healing our psychosis, healing our perception about life, our perception and our take on life, on everything that we're experiencing. There is a difference between living through the mind and living through all that is. When you live through the power behind existence, you live through pure consciousness, so you live through that ball of nothingness. It's different from living through psychology. How the body came to have that condition or how the mind came to have that condition is a completely separate thing. It is something that you can cure, you can heal the mind, but you can't heal you. See, you can't live through the mind and say we're living wholly. When we are fixing our mindset or moving from a lack, just to give you an example, a lack mindset to an abundant mindset, all you're doing is shifting mind. You're living through mind, but you're not living through behind existence. What is that point behind existence or behind why the mind wants to live through a particular mindset? So when you're able to see the difference between the two, and this is where your spiritual awakening comes, your spiritual awakening will give you that insight into existence, behind existence. It will give you that insight into why am I? It will give you that insight into who are we? It gives you that insight into all that is beyond that which can be fathomed. Whatever can be fathomed through the mind or through the body is limited because it can only be fathomed through these physical senses. And all that is beyond this, that is just a knowing, it's just an awareness. It is not an awareness that's coming through your senses that you can hear something. It is intangible, you can't feel it. You can simply not touch it, you cannot sense it with your senses. It is extrasensory. And therefore the mind will not be able to experience this. The mind will not be able to cognize it so that it comes out in language. Which is why when you have an experience of that level, there is very, very little by way of language of being able to explain that. But yes, you can live through the awareness of that. You live through the awareness and the knowingness without it being proved that it is existing. So it's quite one thing to live through the mind. And so when you're going through and you've had a real spiritual awakening, genuine awakening, Kundalini awakening, then that shift of consciousness is the most fundamental thing to look out for. Then you know it's happened. Yes, you may still experience the same sort of patterns, the same sort of things coming up. If anything, a lot of these things coming up really, really quickly, coming up, and they are very, very intense, and they're all there. They're all there, but they come out for transmutation. They will all be transmuted. But if they're not, and they're not going anywhere, but you've literally just copied and pasted one mindset and you've swapped it for a different mindset, then it has been a complete mental exercise and there has been no shift at all. You may still be on a path, you may still experience a lot of things, but these will not be, folks, living behind the veil of illusion, as we say. Yeah, when you live behind the veil and you can see beyond the veil of illusion, then you're not living off of mind, you're not living off of Maya. So there isn't that it's real, you're real, that every everything is there. Everything is there. The mind is just a tool. So no amount of psychology can actually get to the root of it, because psychology treats psychology. With that, folks, lots and lots of love.